Hey everybody, this is another live stream of Hearthstone. Today is Thursday, August 3rd, and we are back. It's another one of those days, though, where YouTube doesn't want to announce videos being live at all. I tried a couple different times, nothing happened. We've got some work to do today, too. I turned on the Overwolf overlay, same thing that does Hearth Arena, and turned on this frames per second counter and messed with the settings trying to adjust frames per second. But as you can probably see, the mouse is still flickering. I have no idea what's causing this, is the problem. So don't really know how to fix it. Let's go ahead and trade one of these 40s. Win 2 games with Hunter and Mage. We need to play Arena before we do anything else. And we need to do the Tavern Brawl. So let's start with the Arena, I guess.
Celebrate my Frost Festival by playing Arena. Enjoy, fool!
Another free Arena run for everybody. It could easily have been like 2 or 3 now. And I like this idea. It's certainly something we haven't seen in previous times, where the game has specifically never given us any reason to play Arena. Now, at least if every year they gave us 3 Arena runs, I could see it being a much bigger motivator as far as playing Arena on the off times too. Also, my gold is high enough now that if they continue to space out the expansions as well as they have this time, wow, those are some awful choices. A 7, a 26, and that. Like, I either am going to have to decide to buy 100 packs going forward instead of 50 packs, which, okay, that would make sense if I can very consistently have 100 gold. Or I need to consider playing Arena more often, which with people getting on the stream and watching me and chatting, I think Arena is a great way to keep the videos going, and if people want to chat and talk, then that might be the better thing to do. I don't fully enjoy the idea that every 3 days I'd be streaming for 5+ hours of Hearthstone. I probably was playing that same amount on rare occasions, getting a little lucky and not only playing for about 3 hours, but I bet it averaged closer to 5 hours than I realize more often than not. So I may simply have unconsciously made a decision to move time in which I was playing Hearthstone off screen to time in which I'm playing on screen. So that's something interesting. Wow, -11, that's a new low. 115. And the 1 free victory on us is good too. News isn't super great. Did want to try something here. Let's see. If I can... maybe the Logitech mouse and keyboard settings.
Let the hunt begin. Bring it on.
Let's see. Maybe I have some kind of smooth scrolling software on my mouse. I don't even know what this is. But I don't have smooth scrolling or anything like that. Oh, I need to hurry. Let me play first and then play with the computer second. Smooth. Scroll. Let's see. MOUSE. Under the system settings, let's see what that is. Scroll interactive when I hover over them. Additional mouse options.
I wonder.
Wheel. Well, it doesn't look like there's any settings for that.
I suppose.
Like, I imagine if Windows was doing some kind of smoothing, moving things around, why is it only in the recording that, and why is it only the mouse cursor, and why is it only this game? It's not a frame rate issue, clearly, unless I need to bump it up from 144 to an unlimited number of frames, which I could certainly do in an experiment later on. This is Shuffle 4-3 Raptor. There we go. So my curse of the flickering mouse is still an issue. Like I said, not very much news. I guess we'll go through it. I've said it the past couple times, and then it's proven itself to not really be true. So I don't know if it makes a lot of sense to say it again. But if nobody gets on the chat, we'll try to have a quicker experience here. That being said, there's a free arena run for everybody, so there are 3 arena runs we can go through on all this. You know what's funny is that I have limited frame rate on OBS enabled right now, and I don't think that works. I don't think that's what I want. So I'm gonna see if we can turn this off.
To my side.
Maybe if we force scaling. Nope. Capture the cursor. And see if I just turn off the mouse cursor, then it's gone. And that doesn't work. I thought it might be because of an adjustments to multi-DPI. But that doesn't make the most sense either. During your turn, draw a card, changes cost to 5. Give random minion in your hand +2/+2. I'll take that one.
No look save.
I imagine it very possibly is just the custom cursor in Hearthstone is the problem. Let's see. If I play first, and then end the turn, and then turn off my mouse completely, will it flicker?
Turtle.
Yes, it is still flickering when my mouse is completely turned off. So it's not an input. It's not an input for me.
I can see.
Hey, we got the demonic angel on the chat. Did YouTube finally announce the video was available? Up live? No, not really. Demonic angel saying, hey. I'm testing out a low latency mode that apparently existed, and I wasn't aware of, so people let me know if the video looks as good or if it looks worse, and if the chat low latency is really is better or worse, because I know we've been having a lot of chat Tragic Master, hey, I just came online, bottom right, lol. Tragic Master says, hey everyone. Do you mean bottom left?
Versus Uther.
I will
Tragic
fight
Master?
with honor. Let the hunt begin.
Yeah. So, hopefully maybe this will reduce latency. I imagine latency will still be an issue. Delay will still be an issue if people don't know what latency means. But hopefully it will be lessened to maybe a better part. Can we battle again, please? Sure. After this arena run, we'll play I think on the North American server. I'm gonna get worse and worse about guessing these things, however, as more and more people want to play me. I guess we'll just run through the news. Tragic Master says, yeah, left lol, but looking at the bottom right while typing.
I suppose.
5 years after its announcement, a turn-based strategy hack-and-slash game called Aztez, A-Z-T-E-Z, is out for PC. Another perfect example, really. It might be a good game. It sounds a little ambitious, definitely, to have so many different things to describe it. But, let's see. I'm going to take this one. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do this, and then return. Tragic Master says, "Grr, 40 gold quest re-rolled into 40 gold again." Boo. Yep, that's exactly what happened to me too. I get the feeling that they know what they are willing to offer week to week, and it changes.
Look!
Job's done.
That one just became more expensive. So yeah, it's really a prime example of the problems with early access. That a game can be announced and out there, and then 5 years into development. 4 years, I would say, is an average development cycle. So, but that extra year certainly is has a extra problem. It's felt definitely when it takes 5 years, and it's even worse when it goes to 6 years. The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel, which was a Vita JRPG, has been ported to PC by Durante, who I think is a modder that has now become a game porter. I think he was the one that they finally gave up and just said, look, we'll pay you to do it because you You seem to know what you're doing better than us. There's a mature 17 game called Mary Skelter Nightmares that's coming out for North America on September 19th and Europe in September 22nd for Vita. It's a dungeon RPG. And what's interesting here is I don't know if there's a difference between a RPG and a JRPG if they're both made by Japanese people. Like, but it seems like there might be some small technical difference that is counted, because some of the Japanese games are called dungeon RPGs, where JRPG is maybe more of the Final Fantasy element. So I guess if you make a dungeon crawling RPG that just has the classic things and it's not the Final Fantasy crazy story and the crazy costumes and crazy weapons, maybe that's in maybe the Japanese minds. It has to be more anime than even a normal video game to count. Maybe not. I don't know. That's something I probably would like to learn, what the American and the worldwide feeling and the Japanese feeling would be for all of that, because I imagine the opinions may vastly differ.
Job's done.
Tragic Master says, I run 2 accounts, same server, and an unusual amount of times I get the same quest on both, then re-roll into the same quest on both accounts. Not every time, but enough to make it noticeable. Demonic Angel says, where do I live? I live in the United States. That's all the information I give out, though. I don't want to dox myself. I want to do as much as possible to protect my privacy. I also encourage my fans not to give out too much, if any, information about themselves. Let's play that. So the other thing is the dungeon RPG Mary Skelters. It's just a very simplistic Vita trash, which apparently there's a lot of it, because I'm noticing that a lot of this is a dungeon RPG game that that also has the molestation mini game that has become popular, where you can poke and prod enemies, monsters, girls, whatever, and find their sensitive tickle spots, or whatever you would call it. And what's funny is I'm describing this mode. It's very, very common in Vita and Japanese games, and anybody who only knows non-Japanese games is probably thinking I'm just making up this description right now. That clearly this doesn't exist, but it kind of does. Psyonix, PSYONIX, apparently is the company that makes Rocket League, is looking to automate banning of foul-mouthed players. So if you're playing Rocket League, I would not cuss, because they seem to be listening to every single voice chat and running a filter on it. And inherently, I imagine there's going to be a considerable amount of people that are just going to claim that they didn't say what the automated system thinks they said and get banned. Interesting news, I suppose. The psychic reader networks the company that owns the copyright to Miss Cleo. And if you don't know who Miss Cleo is, she was on TV on a commercial a lot for psychic readers. Demonic Angel says, cool, cool. Wow, that was a long response to that. So Miss Cleo was this 900 number that you would call, and they charge you like $2 a minute to talk to a psychic. And Miss Cleo was the face on the commercial of this lady. She was this. I think she was from Florida, but she pretended like she was from Jamaica. Is what I think came out. A lot of stories in the 80s about her. And if you're old enough, you probably remember. If you don't, you probably don't, because she's certainly hasn't been on any commercial I've seen in ever. A very long time. But the company that apparently owns the copyright to her has decided to sue Rockstar, the makers of GTA Vice City, because in that game there was a parody version of her, which isn't going to work at all. And we actually know for a fact it's not going to work as a lawsuit, because the exact same thing happened where Lindsay Lohan. Demonic Angel says, cool, cool. Demonic Angel, are you typing twice, or is this something where it's just duplicating? Tragic Master says, Miss Cleo told me to be here 15 years ago today. At this time exactly. Crazy. Wow. Well then, maybe Miss Cleo is actually psychic. And she's working for me. For some reason. Like, well, if I paid $2 a minute to talk to Miss Cleo, I would have hoped she would have told you something better to do with your time than watch a YouTuber. I would have hoped she would have told you a lottery winning number or something. But yeah, Lindsay Lohan already tried to sue Rockstar because they used her likeness. Now clearly there's a pattern in Rockstar of them making parody people in their games, and it's considerably causing them a little bit of trouble now. And they probably should just cut it out and tell better stories and have better writers. You don't need a parody of yourself of a person in most stories. Is the numbers here flickering? By the way, if anybody sees that, let me... I can't tell because it's too small. But if anything else on the screen is flickering besides the mouse, that would be interesting information. But yeah, they should just tell better stories. Of course, Rockstar doesn't really want to do any work, and that's pretty obvious. The Demonic Angel says, and once on my PC, I am typing once on my phone and once on my PC. Why are you doing that? That's not gonna help me any, I'm almost certain. I can pretty much guarantee that if you're logged into the same account, watching me from two different things, YouTube's gonna throw out at least one of those views. You'd have to have different accounts that aren't connected, and probably different IP addresses. So, like, if people are trying to get me more views by watching me multiple times, that's really not gonna work. The better move is to simply convince other people to watch, and if that works, good. If it doesn't, oh well, you tried. There's a guy named Chris Bergstresser who has worked for Sega and Atari and a company called Miniclip, and he has been now named the Sony Europe President and COO. So I imagine he's been around, but whenever we get into these back of the office discussions where it's like, this guy's the new president, unless you've been following his career up to this point, you kind of don't know anything about him. I chat on my phone so I can use the mic and I don't have to do that much typing. So you're doing like the voice recognition on your phone. I like to do that too. But then why are you typing it a second time on your PC, or is that what you said? Oh, I guess I see what you could do here. You could be watching it on your PC on a big TV to get that. And then you could have the chat up on your phone a second time to chat quicker and easier. That actually makes a lot of sense. Speech to text, says Tragic Master. Yeah. That is an interesting use case that I hadn't thought of before. Let's go ahead and take this.
This only works on the simple-minded.
Chess Ultra is coming to Switch, which really in itself is not a big announcement. It is news, I would say. We don't have a day. Demonic Angel says yes. Does the text-to-speech do the extra S's and E's when you type like that, or do you have to ding ding ding?
I wonder.
Look!
Man, that's not working. This card is not working well for me. I don't have a very good deck to play something like this. But the thing about Chess Ultra
Ready for action.
that brings up is Giant Bomb had an interesting idea. Somebody asked him this. There's a possibility that there will be no virtual console on the Switch at all. Like, none. No old games ported over. And instead, they would just try to sell a bunch of Super NES classics and of different versions and NES classics of different versions, or they would sell them on carts. And that Nintendo would just kind of get away from digital distribution in total. And that would be kind of crazy, but it is something to certainly consider. Demonic Angel said, also he uses when he uses the mic on his phone, it stops the stream on his phone, so I can talk on my phone and still watch the stream live. Ah, yeah. I hadn't thought of that too. He's got a nice setup there. Honestly, I haven't ever really engaged in playing, watching a stream and chatting with people that much. I think maybe I did 1 or 2 messages on Twitch once, but usually people aren't doing live too much on YouTube, which is their loss, certainly.
Hey, goons! Over here!
Deal 2 damage. After this attacks a minion, also hits the enemy hero. Demonic Angel says thank you. Ubisoft has made, well, they made tons of sketches of Mario with different types of guns that then they self-censored before they showed any to Nintendo. This is something when this was announced at E3 that the Mario and Raving Rabbids game where Mario was holding a gun. For I believe the first time, at least for Mario to hold a gun, there was Gino in Mario RPG. YouTube is better than Twitch. I think it goes back and forth for a lot of different things. I think we're getting really healthy competition. Inherently, though, I would always choose YouTube until there was a way for me to upload my videos and then permanently stay on Twitch. Because I started this whole channel as kind of like a video diary of all the games I've ever played, and my weekday shows get like no views whatsoever, and I would like them to eventually get views as I got more popular, and I would like them to stay there so they can be more popular, and neither one of those things can happen on Twitch, because everything, at most, if you have special permission on Twitch, things can stay for 6 months. Maybe if you have really, really special context, you can keep something up forever, but it's just not a default thing. A lot of the people that go to Twitch, a lot of the people that go to Twitch seem to, in the short run, make I'm almost well, no, I'm not almost done. Particularly, and I would have to lose twice in a row for this arena run. So you're gonna have to root against me winning. if you want it to be quick, Demonic Angel, sorry. So the final gun that Ubisoft chose in the Raving Rabbids really doesn't look like a gun. It does look like a blaster from Mega Man, and I'm sure that played really a lot better than the idea of Mario holding a gun in his hand instead of the blaster going all the way over his hand and it looking actually like a weapon. But I'm still very surprised Nintendo even let that through. The other point to point out is Nintendo of Japan did claim copyright on that E3 press conference because of that trailer, which is ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. They don't even own the copyright to the Ubisoft game. It would have been Ubisoft that would have had the claim copyright. Oh, actually, I just need to lose one more time here. Demonic Angel said, wah! And Tragic Master says, 12 wins equals done. Fastest way to go. Possible. Go. Well, actually, I just have to lose here. I thought I had only lost once, but I've lost twice. I'm not sure if this is really news. This is not something I put in the not news segment, where I know for a fact it's not news, but more of the news question mark segment. But the Hitman is still going after being what's the word you would say, allowed to go independent to buy its own freedom. And so they're going to release this month player curated featured contracts, and they're planning on doing some more things. Every month Hitman gets more content though, so is that really news? Should I comment or talk about things that are just going to constantly have updates? Let's do this and this and kill this. Return. In a similar way, although I could probably classify this as not news at all. Assassin's Creed Origins, their factions will spontaneously either fight or actually hug each other. So if there's a faction that happens to be friends with another faction in Assassin's Creed Origins, the people in this ancient Egypt will just come up and hug each other. Or if they hate each other, they'll fight each other. Need to kill this guy eventually. And I would almost say this is not news and this is more just hype, because they're really doing a No Man's Sky here. They're talking about a feature. The demonic angels now flooded the chat with emojis. By the way, because I have my text window taking up half of a small screen and zoomed really big, that full text took up all of the messages. So I would have had to scroll back if there was anybody else that I hadn't read out their comments. It's a bunch of smiley faces and things. I think I still need to adjust my screen, but I can actually read it and recognize it. Yeah, but yeah, it feels like they're just talking about features that may or may not make it to the final thing, even though Assassin's Creed Origins isn't that far from release. I wouldn't be surprised if things changed. Valve has made some small changes to Steam groups to make it less likely for people to spam those groups. Apparently, although I've never really seen any real usage. Demonic Angel says be right back. Sorry. Okay, that's fine. Like, apparently you can get a bunch of invites on into groups, and then once the groups are very big, they can try and sell you something. Which, okay, I guess that's a little bit spammy. And then they're gonna simplify the sign up process, because there was public groups and closed groups in the Steam groups. In the most part, Steam groups are still not really worth ever dealing with. They're not useful at all. But at least I've never seen any use for them. But there was public and closed, and now if it's closed, it's going to be put in a third category called restricted. And in the restricted, if somebody tries to join a restricted group, it has to be approved by the group admin. If the group wants to change it to closed again, then anybody who tries to sign up for it will automatically be rejected. And if the group that's restricted wants to become public, then everything that was pending review as far as can this person sign up to this group will just automatically be accepted. Which I suppose means that you could go back and forth between that pretty easily. You could just make the account public for a second and then automatically accept everybody, and then make the account either restricted or closed again. The core problem is still there. It's like, what are Steam groups for, and how are they useful? And that's the thing that's not going to happen. The funny issue here is I'm going to probably lose here in a second, and Demonic Angel isn't going to be back.
No look save.
Rime is coming out for the Switch finally on November 14th for North America, the 17th for Europe. Rime, not very great reception, not a great game. I had gotten indications that it wasn't gonna, it looked really good, but it was gonna have problems. And that's pretty much exactly what happened when it came out. It's been out for a long time though, and to delay it so much to get on the Switch, where it probably will still sell pretty well because there's just not that much competition. Cool Guys Online, he says hello. Let's see, and we get 45 dust for that, so we'll save that. And see, there's only 4 people watching, lol. The 4 people watching now grows. It grows way better than pre-recorded footage. So we need to go back in here and take our extra win and our free entry. So it really is a snowball effect. So 4 is more than what a pre-recorded video gets on average. Ooh, I got a legendary. I went through that way too fast. See, I kind of knew too I was going to get a legendary pretty soon because I had opened about 50 packages. And we disenchant 3 of those because they were extra. And let's go into crafting mode, all cards, just so we can see a combination of everything we don't have. I'm still trying to save up though my dust. I want to make a classic legendary card, and this is actually a Journey of Unguru legendary card, but it is certainly one that I can imagine playing. Can't be targeted by hero powers and spells. Not amazingly crazy, but 12/12 for 10 mana is not bad. And Cool Guy says I sub, thank you. More subscribers also helps people. Here's one I probably should craft. Here's what I like to do. Here's disenchant this, because I don't even want gold cards. Like, I would rather just have a nice clean collection of regular cards. So anytime I get a gold version, I disenchant it and just make a regular version for these. It's always the same amount of dust, so might as well do it that way. Maybe 5 or 10 years down the line, if I had tons of dust and there was nothing else to do with it, I'd try to have all gold cards, but nope, not right now. Well, while we're waiting for the demonic angel to be right back, we'll do the weekly tavern brawl. What's more powerful, dinosaur strength or elemental fury? Take control of a random deck and your hero for a rager in Unguru Crater. As far as news, we're almost done. Conan Exiles, again, I'm not sure if this is really news. They're gonna release a free DLC called The Frozen North that adds a bunch of content on August 16th. Conan Exiles is still early access, so like, is it really free DLC, or is it just they're still working on the game? If people hate the frames per second counter, I'm gonna turn that off. Probably in 2 streams. I'm gonna see if I can turn off the frame limiter altogether and just see how high Hearthstone would go, and then I'll turn it off, because people don't need to see the frames per second, particularly since you're watching it in 60 frames per second on YouTube, which is the maximum. So whatever number you see up here is not even relevant to you. There's a big Prey patch that fixes a bunch of bugs. Again, that's probably not news. Like, and For Honor Season 3 is coming out, and they're really rushing out seasons on For Honor because they clearly had a bunch of plans and couldn't implement any of those plans because of its dying player base. So I'm surprised they're even calling something Season 3 and that they haven't abandoned it yet. But clearly they had way too big of hopes for that game. Yep. Alright, so I can't play the second turn, but I can do this. And more than likely you'll use this to kill this. What is this one called? Moero. Moero Chronicle? A dungeon RPG again? I was talking about these dungeon RPGs that they come out a lot in Japan for Vita, and they seem to be coming to the West, but they're barely gonna sell much of anything. But they're made cheaply, so I think people get away with that. So it's a dungeon RPG. It might have that sex mini game that they seem to put in all dungeon RPGs now, or all Vita games in general. There was videos of a VR game with a bunch of anime girls that isn't out yet. That I saw that, but I don't know if it's coming to the West. Justin Gray came on and said hi. Cool guy said, I just started playing a couple days ago, and I was hoping you could make a future video of tips and maybe a budget deck. Justin Gray said, hey, you spelled feel wrong in the initial comment.
I wonder.
Feel. What initial comment specifically is that?
Here we go.
Feel. F-E-A-L.
Reporting for duty.
You're right, I did. And what's funny is that's automated text from my phone. So I'll have to keep an eye on that, because that's the same thing I put in every single thing. Hunter equals budget deck at the moment, says Tragic Master. Well, budget is debatable. Is budget a starter deck? Because that's really what you need. And we could see about that. We could look at that. I don't think I'm gonna make a tip and trick video per se, because doing things like that end up taking a lot more effort than you would think. But we can do it on the stream. Cool guy, can you show me a good Hunter budget deck then? It's something I need to do on my other accounts anyways, so it's something... Oh man. Did I just kill myself? I just killed myself. Right now I'm using a classic mage. So last thing we've got on the... Since Demonic Angel isn't back yet, we'll try this again. Last thing on the news is Kriperian claims that he's been stream sniped a lot playing Hearthstone. A lot of people are playing against him in Arena with the name Sniper in his name, and he thinks that there's a group there. He thinks the group is specifically making decks that hurt him, or go against the decks that he sees. Inherently, even if any of this is true, he can never prove any of it, and it's still his fault for not running a delay. Like, every single time one of these stories comes up where some YouTuber is whining because people are able to see his screen and snipe, it's like, add a delay. In YouTube stream, streaming, you can add 60 seconds by default. In OBS, you can add even more delay. If you are so concerned about being sniped, and you think that isn't just part of the fact that you are willing to put out your video, and thus you have to accept that I mean, the thing here is you can easily say that there might be a group with Sniper in their name that just wants to play Kriperian, and they're just better than him, and he could just be from his perspective thinking totally wrong. And even if he is right and people are sniping him, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, he's the one that's causing the action that allows them to snipe, and he needs to be nice to his fans, all of them, as much as you can. Customer is always right. Do I have a delay, asked Justin Gray? No. In fact, I just turned on low latency mode. So, yeah. So when I was playing in Arena, if somebody wanted to play Arena and make a deck against my deck and try and beat me, they might beat me. So what? Like, I am doing everything in my possible to reduce delay, so when people type in the chat, it shows up here in the chat faster, and so we can communicate and talk and have a relationship. Kriperian and a lot of these streamers think that they're celebrities, and like celebrities think that they're celebrities, and that they're so special and they're so interesting that that's the reason why people want to watch them, when really they're not. They're just kind of coordinators to a community. So while this is my channel and I make the videos, I'm coordinating a growing community here. The Demonic Angel, by the way, said, oh, probably because he's back online. I'm still waiting. Kofi says hi again. I saw it the first time. Did I not read it out loud? So all these people need to quit whining about stream sniping. If you want to be a professional player and get top ranked, that's one thing. Split up your streams. Have one account that is hidden and has no friends, and you change the name all the time, and do your legendary rank plays on that, and then have half of your thing, half of your stream be fun time in which you talk to people. If you really were going to play well in anything, you would stop looking at the chat and focusing. There's been many examples where I barely even pay attention when I'm talking on chat, because the chat's more interesting and it's more important. So I'll often just stupidly lose because of that. Demonic Angel says, can you please lose? Looks like I'm gonna win, and I need to get the Tavern Brawl done so I get that card pack. But as soon as I'm done with this game, we'll play. And Cool Guy says, I agree with you. They think they are too good for us subs and don't really care about us except for the fact that we get them money. Yeah, there's way too much of that, and even if it's not true, there's way too often the appearance of that in YouTube. People never forget your fans. Like, your fans will turn on you on a dime, and then you'll be left with nothing the second you forget them. Demonic Angel puts a smiley face, and then he put a bunch of crying faces. Kofi asks, does anybody want to play a game?
Job's done.
I imagine that's a general question. But if Kofi wants to play me, I'll play him after I play Demonic Angel. we've got some daily quests to do on the Americas account, and then we've got all kinds of daily quests and arena runs we have to do on the European account and Asia account. Silence a minion, deal 1 damage to it. Deal 4 damage to a minion, then overload.
I don't have enough mana.
Darn it. Yes. Let's see, let's do this, this,
Job's done.
and then end the turn. I had a funny event happen while I was setting up the stream. There was a knock on my front door, and the postman was trying to deliver a certified letter to somebody that doesn't live at my house. And the postman had already driven off, so stupidly I start chasing after the postman in a car, and I get about 3 houses down, and I go, wait a minute, why didn't I just jump in my car and flag down the postman instead of try to run after them? And by then I figured, oh, it's too late, and I keep going, and the postman's getting further and further. Thankfully, the postman turned around to do the other side of the street, and I eventually flagged him down, but I had walked nearly the entire block of the street in the middle of the summer heat to give him a piece of paper and say nobody lives here by that name. I was like, boy, this was dumb. Tragic Master says, I can help on NA when you're ready to. And Justin Gray says, so can I. I'd love to play you. So we're getting into that first come, first serve thing. I said yes to Demonic Angel, and after that, I think people just get the friend requests in and send the challenges, and it'll just be like, as long as we got daily quests, I'll accept the first challenge I get, and then I'll back out, and then the next person will accept the next, I'll accept the next challenge and the next challenge. And we'll just try to mostly self-regulate that way. Let's see. Demonic Angel puts a bunch of smiley faces with the teeth showing. Some of these emojis, Justin Gray says, haha, well, that's dedication. Good job for chasing down the postman. You don't have to play with me. It's okay. We'll just go first come, first serve. Then that's what is going to have to happen eventually anyways. Is that it's just going to... because with 4 or 5 people wanting to play now, it's already hard to queue up and make a line. When it gets to 20 to 100 to 1,000 people that want to play, when the chat is just streaming constantly, it's just not going to be attainable. Let's see this. Well, why didn't I do this, actually? I should have attacked, and then I should have done this. And see, that changes them slightly, but devolving from a 10 to a 9 really doesn't do too much. Hey, that's that legendary I just got. Let's see. This and this. But I've lost. Like, that's it for that. Unless this guy's gonna let me win, he should be able just to attack with anything and win. Justin Gray said, I subscribe so I'll just play you on another day with less people. The demonic angel says, I know this may sound mean, but I'm glad you're not a big YouTuber. Oh, I'm fat. I'm just not popular. But I know what you mean, but the better way to phrase that sentiment is you wish popular YouTubers were like me and not self-centered and conceited. A lot of them are from California, and that just is the California mentality in general. Demonic Angel says popular. I don't know which one is actually your thing, so send me a friend request, Demonic Angel. Like, there's a friendly challenge or a friend request. Got 3 of these. He says yes. Still can't buy the old packs yet. When we come into crafting mode, then we can't see the new expansion. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the new expansion to happen, and then we'll make special videos based around that. The Tavern Brawl is pretty weak. Decks are bad, very one-sided. Half the Tavern Brawls suck. At least half the Tavern Brawls suck. I've often struggled with them, often found that they're uninteresting. Just the only reason I even do them is because they give you a free pack. That's really all you can say about them. Did I ever finish this Druid deck? Yeah. This was the Druid Helper deck, so we'll just save some time and type in the name while we're waiting for the friendly challenge. And this is the deck specifically designed, as best as I can find, to make each player draw more cards quicker and give them mana crystals, so that they could just play cards as much as possible to do any daily quests. On our daily quests, I need to win 1 game with a Hunter and Mage. That's it. So, in as many as people want to send friend requests, like, I'll probably get it. You're logging on now. Alright. Well, I will point out you're kind of stalling the whole stream here. I should have been a better director. I should have said log in and be ready for that. Now you sent a standard card, which means you might not have any wild cards, or you may just didn't want to play a wild game. Kofi said smiley face. Did I just accept the wrong one? Is that what happened? Oh well. The chat will sort that out in a second. If somebody snuck in a friend request while Demonic Angel was still logging in. There's this security technology guy that's trying to make this software, I think it's called Squirrel, where you can identify everybody with like one identifier, and it would be nice if there was something like that in games where the name on the YouTube chat matches the name on the Battle.net account, on the Steam account, on the Twitter account, and all of that. But it'll probably take us a while to get to that point. And there certainly are situations where you would not want things to match. There was a recent story where like 15 Harvard students that had been accepted to go to Harvard were then rejected because they looked at their Facebook and they were posting something they didn't agree about, which arguably that kind of is a spit in the face of free speech if you're literally not willing to educate students because of what they are saying. You're closing down discussion instead of saying, you know what, we're going to let these students in because they're saying some really stupid things we don't agree with, because we would like to educate them and have an actual conversation. Colleges are all about having conversations and learning, aren't they? Shouldn't they be? So I guess the more I think about it, they shouldn't have done that. That was a stupid thing to do. Kofi says, got no wild on America. Oh, so this is Kofi. The demonic angel said something wrong with my computer, do the next person. Okay, we did. We figured it out. Kofi snuck in there. Misdirection too.
Job's done.
We'll play this. Well, so I suppose Demonic Angel says, okay, I'm good. I suppose the best thing I need to do is probably either make the Druid Hunter Helper deck a standard deck, or I'm going to have to force everybody to use Dust to make... What did the students post on their Facebook? Just like, you know, probably racist, offensive things. Like, I didn't see it directly, so I can't really testify to it, but, you know, almost everybody who has been on Facebook has seen at least one ridiculous thing that's, like, provably untrue, and things like that. Demonic next in me, please, says Tragic Master. So, honestly, it kind of doesn't matter what they posted on their Facebook at all. Like, inherently, what you do on your Facebook versus what you do in school or on the job could be completely different things. And either you believe people have a right to a private life or you don't. Demonic Angel, I'm spectating your game. What is your account number? Phoenix777. Okay. So we can keep an eye out for that now.
We must
but particularly since it's an education environment, like if they put something like Hitler did nothing wrong, then that's the exact person you would want in an educational environment to see if you could convince them that that opinion is ridiculous. Let's see. Go ahead and kill this. And do this. And then your turn. Jose Umbriano, he's new. Please help me. Which deck is better? Druid, Jade, Paladin, Murloc. Thank you. I really don't know these high meta decks that well, so I'm not really the one to say. Like, I would personally say I've had a lot of experience playing a Murloc Dex, Paladin Murloc, or otherwise. I sometimes play Paladin Murloc, sometimes I play Shaman Murloc, or Priest Murloc can work too. As far as the Jades, I in general don't think the Jade concept is as successful as people would think, because it takes a lot of setup and a lot of preparation work, and you show your hand, because as soon as you play a Jade or two, people know that you're probably going for that Jade deck where you have an 8/8 happen. Both Murloc and Jade only decks are probably too simple-minded of decks. Honestly, you need some spells, you need some traps, maybe a weapon. While 1/3 of your deck might be towards the strategy of playing Murlocs or Jades, it would be nice to have 2/3 of that synergize on some other strategies too. Like, when I play a full Murloc deck and it's just Murloc, it doesn't feel as good as playing a Murloc deck with also some spells, some traps, something that counteracts some of the other strategies that exist out there. I'm gonna go ahead and play this, even though I probably shouldn't. Jose says, "Okay, brother, no problem." Justin Gray says, "To Jose, I would suggest playing Paladin Murloc because there's that card coming out in Frozen Throne that destroys all one-cost spells, so it would destroy Jade Idol." And see, I haven't even been paying attention to any of the new cards. Like, when we can look at the new cards, that's in the program, and see them in the collection manager. That's when I'll start looking at the new cards and start thinking about new strategies that are added. I imagine the general idea is to always change the main meta decks with expansions, because they're gonna try and please those top tier players, even though they really shouldn't kowtow to that too much. See, now with him, I'm destroying him, but I think, let's see, should I take the victory or should I let him win? Because Tragic Master is who I think we're playing right now. I think that's who we were playing. And no, wait. Kofi is who we're playing right now. And so it would help his account grow faster if I let him win. See, this is where it's getting hard to keep things straight. There's so many people. I've never been good with dealing with large groups of people anyways. And since I have a trap, if I do even 3 more damage, he'll lose. So I need to start slowing down and stop killing him, or take the victory. Because I've effectively won. Who can you do a real battle with me and not let me win? Sure. If that's how you want to play, that's fine. That's more things than I should be a better director about. Is just,
We must
do
cleanse the
you have
subway.
daily quests you need help with? Do you want to win? Would you be willing to let me win? Or do you want to play a real battle? Like, as things are right now, the decks I'm playing with are not specifically... they're not specifically the greatest of decks anyways, because they were built around getting daily quests done.
Is someone injured?
The Demonic Angels says I'm gonna lose. Well, if we play a real battle, there's a chance of that. And there's a chance that you win. Some of my guys aren't at level 60. I thought they were all at level 60, but that's not really a concern because everything is at like level 50, so it's gonna take probably a year before I got to the maximum on some.
You dare challenge the daughter of Deathwing? Ow!
Tazdingo! Yes!
Tragic Masters, I play fun decks, combo heavy decks that usually require some kind of miracle to work in order to pull off the ultra combos. See, that's what I'd like to play, and I think the Frozen Throne expansion is going to add more of that. Justin Gray says, if I send you a friend request, do you want to play against my Nozothrino Mage? If you want to show off a deck, that's fine. Send me a friend request. RYDO number 1423. Information is in the description also. And let's just end the turn here. Well, we'll show off a deck. And I'll play legitimately if you want me to play legitimately, or I'll do what you ask. Demonic Angel saying, just kill him already.
You want?
I think he's gonna take the victory here. There we go. So, Phoenix, 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 where are you? There you are. Except a real deck. So if I'm gonna play a real deck, we could try the Murloc as an example to really play. Again, it doesn't seem like a lot of the newer players have any wild cards or want to play wild, which is exactly what Blizzard wanted to have it happen. See, here's a good example. I think Knife Juggler is better to have in your deck than one more Murloc. And so I have a couple of those, so it's better than two more Murlocs, really, in my opinion. And this is a 21 wins to 18 losses, 54% win ratio. So it's about an average real deck you will plan on playing. I'm just gonna end the turn here. Tragic Master says list is Demonic, Tragic, Justin. Coffee. Are Mark of Nature, Savagery, Soul of the Forest, Spellbreaker, or Form Lightning Wild? The trick to find out if something is wild is to go into the collection manager, and I'll show it in a second, and see if there is a vine around the description when you right click the card. Almost certainly you don't have any wild cards if you have a new account. because there's no way to get them. So what you have to do instead is make one with dust. Darn it. Oh well. So you would then have to click the little box that's over here and go to all cards or go to one of the wild sets, and probably the reward card filter is your best bet, because you're not going to get those at all any other way.
Give that minion a turn to get ready.
Let's see.
Job's done.
So yeah, I'll show that off in the collection manager after this game.
Someone called.
And see, the problem with Tragic Master making the list here is that it would be very easy for somebody to slip their own name in the list. You can actually buy wild packs and sell the sets off the Battle.net website now. Oh, is that the trick they're doing? You can't get them through the app, but you have to get it off the website. Well, if that's how they're gonna do it, then I may very well just open 100 packs. Like, can you use the gold on your account to buy those packs off the website, Justin Gray? Because that's what I was planning on doing, and that's very helpful information, because that tells me I need to go do some setup work before the new expansion comes out. I was planning on buying 10 packs of each of the wild packs, and then 50 packs of the new packs. And this, and this. Tragic Master says nope, no gold for it. So you asked for a real game, I gave it to you. Tragic Master says only cash. Are you sure? Are you sure you didn't? Are you sure you want me to win here? Justin says I don't think you can use the gold. Because I won't even really get anything from this. Alright. Though. Like, Paladin's already at level 60 and he wasn't the daily quest that I needed to win with. So, like, you come into crafting mode here, and then you could do any of these wild sets. But I would say go with the Hall of Fame, and then probably go with a neutral card. Something like this that would cost, well, 400 is probably a little low, a little too much. 1600 is probably too much. This one only costs 100, so I'd say get a Zero Drake. Craft that with 100 dust. Demonic Angel says, never play a real game with me ever again. I'm an idiot. Well, you know, it's one of those things. And see, here, all these vines, and the vines here tell you if it's a wild card. But if you have a new deck, you're only going to have the standard cards. So at most, you're going to have Unguru and Classic and Basic. And that's it. Whoever wants to play next, go ahead and send me the request. Friend challenge. Red Phoenix says, sorry I'm late. There's no reason to be sorry about that. It's really YouTube's fault because they didn't announce that I was live. So I'm surprised anybody is finding any of them. So if you wanted a basic set here, there's no crafting on basic sets because these are the ones that you win. You're severely limited to few cards. There's Tragic Master. So we'll look at that more. I need to play this. Tragic Master. It does have wild cards, and this is the one I do need to get a victory for, so I'll play for that. And again, if anybody has any daily quest, how do I get dust is a great question. Well, you're going to have to open a pack by doing a tavern brawl, which you might not be at level 20, so you can't do tavern brawls then, or do the free arena runs. I would heavily suggest right now, do all of those free arena runs. Don't spend any gold. Even if you lose 3 times in a row in an arena run, you're going to get a pack each time. Each one of those packs will give you cards. When you have more than 2 of any card, you can turn those into dust, and by turning them into dust you can use that dust. And so it's kind of still a very much uphill battle, but the path is clear. Do the free arena runs. If you win a lot, you'll get dust. Hey, I think I sent you a friend request. Let's see. Yep, you did.
Greet you.
Can you accept it, please? Says Justin. Yep. I accepted.
Greetings, traveler.
How odd to get all of these at the beginning. This is the oddest hand of secrets I've ever seen. This is a secrets deck built around the daily quest of playing secrets.
Buying or selling.
But yeah, play all the arena runs, do the best you can with it. By playing with the arena runs, you can play with cards you don't have. If you get some victories, you'll get some extra gold and some extra dust. Cool Guy says, you're a good YouTuber. You may be new, but you're very good. Oh, I'm new to live streaming. I'm not really that new in general to YouTube. I've been doing it for about 2.5 years. Oh, actually, in League of Explorers, there's a card that costs 40 dust. Yeah, there's some other ones too. I was just picking the reward cards because there's the Hall of Fame cards, because there's no chance of you getting those any other way. I thought Hearthstone was going to let you use gold to buy the old card packs. If that's not the case, then Cool Guys says, how do you send friend requests? I want to send them one too. Well, you come over here and you click this add button and you type in the battle tag RYDO number 1423 and then hit enter. That's how you send a friend request. Random beast in your hand.
Job's done.
Well, if I make it to the 9th turn, this will be a little bit better. Red Phoenix is singing. Now, Red Phoenix, I don't know if right now is the time to start singing. There's a difference between singing when a room is quiet and singing when other people are chatting and talking. Cool Guy says thank you. I can tell you that you were missed in the last stream. Common cost 40. Common cards cost 40. Rare cost 100. Epics cost 400, and legendaries cost 1600. I wish they would adjust that really well, a lot. Even if it was 40, 80, 160, and 320, that would be a lot nicer than the extremely expensive. Red Phoenix puts a frowny face. now would be the perfect time to have the hyena, scavenging hyena, out. 1 or 2 of those. Yeah, the 1600 dust is really the amount that you should save up for, because it takes on average at most 50 packs to get 1 legendary, so you're gonna end up spending maybe almost 1,000 packs to get all the legendaries if you're not lucky. It's a really high demand. It says, Red Phoenix says, "Be right back, guys." Did we? I'm trash. Sorry. Don't call yourself trash. Yeah, I got your friend request and accepted it. What's kind of ironic here is Hearthstone and Blizzard had a big push to recruit new people into playing Hearthstone, and I put out a video on it, and it got me a few people to friend me, but it really didn't do anywhere as good as just streaming for the past month or two on YouTube.
I have no time for games.
They don't heavily encourage us. If this was just a Steam game and all your Steam friends were on it, or if it was an Xbox Live game and all your Xbox Live games, or if it was a PlayStation game, or if you could just connect all of those accounts together. Oh, I probably should have played this. If you could just connect all of your accounts to one thing, that would be really nice, and share the cost. It's a lot of extra work to try to get everybody to join the newest thing, Battle.net in this case, and get everybody to have an account and friend you. Demonic Angel says I have a new favorite hero in Hearthstone. What is it? Is it Hunter? Let's see.
The menagerie is for guests only.
Job's done.
Deal damage equal to its thing. Demonic Angel, Jimmy, battle again because I want to level up my rogue. Can we not, Jimmy? I'm, as far as I'm concerned, I'm just saying first come, first serve. So a couple other people wanted to battle me, so I think it'd probably be a little mean to directly ignore them and play Demonic Angel again. So try to hold off sending friend requests until nobody else is sending friend requests, I would ask. But sure, I'll play you again. Everybody should just get on and be logged in, be ready to go. Again, the hyena would have been really nice there. Very, very nice to have. There's been a couple of scenarios in this game where the scavenging hyena would work really well. I mean, when everyone's done, says Demonic Angel, everyone was asking me can go, but when you are the last person after them. Yep. Well, what I'll do is I'll just say, is everybody done after a while? And if everybody is done after a while, then we'll move on to the European account. Should I protect myself? Or I think I kind of need to. So if I can get 2 clean hits on the face, I'll defeat Tragic Master. But he still is within range if he can kill me. Like this. That's certainly one way to do it.
What? They fell off a truck.
Right, saving up for that big 9th or 10th turn victory doesn't seem to work very well for me a lot of times. And he's got me, so good game.
Well played.
Can't play 2 explosive traps, unfortunately. Now I feel like he's letting me win. Charge can't attack heroes. So I throw him out there, but he's kind of useless. Unless I can silence him. See, damage dealt equal to Min's attack to all enemy minions. So this would do 3 damage to himself if I killed him. I don't know if Sergeant Sally's a good card or not. There's a spell card that does the same thing, and I bet playing this versus that spell card is better, but I'm not sure playing either one of those cards is helpful in very many decks. There's a lot of strategies that would make sense if there were a few other cards that worked with them, but they just don't exist yet. Even though Hearthstone's 4 years old, I think. Maybe 5. That's what's so interesting again about the next expansion is it seems like they're really going to step up and do some new stuff instead of making just slight variations on a lot of cards. But I imagine the vast majority of the new cards are still going to be slight variations on things we've already seen. Let's see, he's letting me win. Hey man, I DC'd. Good game. Got somebody else that is sending me a friend request too. I disconnected. Oh, yeah, okay.
I wonder.
Oh, so have you been disconnected this whole time when you were letting me win? No, because you were doing Twisting Nether before then, but I guess he disconnected now. And this is pretty boring for all involved.
Your opponent's left.
There we go. Now I'm up to level 57. There we go. Just wanted to show you some cool combos. So the Druid Helper. Let's try this deck out for the first time. This needs to be converted to a standard deck.
Furion versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
I must protect the wild.
So this is my deck designed to help players. Help players draw cards. We'll take this, this, and this. Red Phoenix says I'm back. Just wanted to show you some of my cool combos. Demons of Medva. Did not even get to play Medva twisting. I destroy a minion. That doesn't work. So we'll do this and this first. And play. And this is what we needed. Right here. So if I can... if nobody kills this guy, Jeeves will help everybody play all their cards. Real quick. Of course, while I'm here, I might as well take a little bit of experience and get down to 1. And see, on the 8th turn, I can play this and get duplicate cards. And play even more cards. Let's see.
Job done.
This one gets the opponent to draw cards. Now, this deck for a game like Yu-Gi-Oh would actually be a very good winner, because in Yu-Gi-Oh, the second you run out of cards, you lose the game completely. Hey, 181 subs. The funny thing about subs is I don't even look at them. So people keep telling me that that I'm getting more and more subs, and I'm like, oh, well, that's good news, I suppose. But I don't pay any attention at all. To it. I'm glad it's going up. Now see, the problem, now I can make him start burning cards like that, and this could be a winner. I can just destroy the rest of his deck, so it could be a winner. There are new helper cards in the new set, lowering opponent's minion and spell mana cost. Can't wait to a co-op tavern brawl with those. So, whenever one of your minions turn, what has a head, a tail, a brown, and is brown and has no legs? Lucky the dog.
Mind if I roll knee?
Job's done.
Yeah, oddly, this deck is kind of, could be devastating or could be very helpful, depending on whether I just keep pushing it and make him draw more and more cards. Let's see. This.
Join or die, or both.
Summon a random 2-cost minion. Was tall when it's young and short when it's old. Shadow, or a man, because he stands tall but he bends over with a cane. A candle, good one. What's this card do? When you place a card, put a copy of it into the other player's hand. Cast a spell. This will be interesting. So, if I could give Lore Walker Cho to other people, I could do things like this. and deal 1 damage, and this, and deal 1 damage, and this. Cho is one of my favorite cards. Mill Priest exists. Red Phoenix says a penny.
Job's done.
Penny
My
is...
hand is too full.
There are too many riddles on top of each other. What's tall when... No. What has a head and tail and is brown and has no legs? A penny, says, is the answer. Hmm. Hmm.
Death is coming!
My hand is too
Let's see. Can we destroy a minion your opponent draws 2 cards? Sure.
I knew
My
it!
hand is too full.
What did one orphan say to the other? What did one orphan say to the other?
What to do? What to do?
I don't know this. Wild Hobbs on YouTube is a mill priest specialist. Great show games. His favorite card runs it every day, lol. Wow, Hobbs. Maybe I'll remember him and check him out. Get to the Batmobile, Robin. Oh.
My hand is too full.
Alright. Let's see. Each player draws a card. Draw some more cards. Transfer that into his sheet. How many more cards does he have? See, he has like 5 though, so if you really are trying in Hearthstone to
My hand is too full.
just destroy their deck, you can do a lot. But they still end up with 10 cards, and in that time they can certainly still win, probably. Get to the Batmobile, Robin, yes. Yeah, I get it.
What to do? What to do?
A doctor and a bus driver are both in love with the same woman, an attractive girl named Sarah. The bus driver has to go on a long bus trip that would last a week after he gave Sarah several apples. Why? Because an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Great outdoors.
I'm almost out of cards.
So we've gotten him down now to the point where he would start taking damage, but I'm also about to start taking fatigue damage. And unless I had specifically held on to characters, cards that would have made the opponent draw cards, it's hard to turn this helper deck into a deadly deck. Red Phoenix says correct. But the apple a day keeps the doctor away. Anything will keep a doctor away as long as you throw it at him hard enough. What room do ghosts avoid? Let's
You're
see.
in trouble now!
Time runs out on me.
I'm out of cards.
One Jade Idol would be great finisher. Lol, go infinite at the end of the game. Yeah, and I've seen some people try to do strategies like that. Let's play that. And then play that.
Mind if I roll need?
Job done.
A living room, says Demonic Angel. Oh, I get it. But I've given him so many cards, so many helpful cards. The best card I have right now is one he gave me. And playing something like this will be interesting. I'll lose instantly here. If he doesn't kill me next turn, I'll lose because of this, because I'll play my other cards and it will infinitely and of course he has no duplicates, so he's back to 30. Reno Jackson also destroys this strategy. Oops, he would have had to kill that guy. Not having any money or insurance is another great way to keep the doctor away. You know, but it seems to attract the morticians and the grave diggers. So people, go ahead and send me more things if they want to play me, and convert to standard. Let's see, I would have to get rid of this card with something else. Let's see. How is this? Like, I can't just get rid of cards. Oh, I guess I have to do it this way. Like, Jeeves would have to go away. And this will have to go away. And this will have to go away. Demonic Angel asks who's next. Whoever wants to play. I need to relog. I'll go after someone, says Tragic Master. So if nobody else wants to play besides Demonic Angel, Demonic Angel is next, I would guess. So gain 2 crystals. Give a friendly minion 1. Deal 1 damage. Spend all your mana. Yeah, we could put these in there. That might be useful. It's not very helpful. There we go. This deck's not ready. But we can play anybody we want to play. So let's go with the taunt 3 beast. That was a fun game, thanks, says Justin Gray. What does Christmas come before? When does Christmas come before Thanksgiving? Christmas comes before Thanksgiving in the dictionary. Or any other time it's been alphabetized. I would imagine that's the answer.
Versus Valir.
Watch your...
I'm reminded of James Bond movies. I think one of the Bond girls was named Christmas. I think maybe in GoldenEye. Christmas Jones. I want to play, but getting a wild card, says Kofi. That's alright. I'll probably be back in 3 days. I don't think the expansion's coming out till mid-August.
Ready for action.
Well, that's what Blizzard says, at least. I'm gonna get a complex here if I get most of these riddles right. I'm gonna think I'm smart or something.
Wanna blow something up?
It probably just means I'm tricky. I'm good with mind games and mental tricks. What belongs to you, but other people use it more than you? Your gravestone? Your casket?
What you want?
Alright, I've got to go, but thanks for the stream. Fun stream. I'll definitely watch you again, says Justin Gray. Thanks for watching, Justin. Good game, Justin. Have a good day, says Tragic Master.
Talk about a nice suit.
This is an annoying deck to probably play against people, because it's nothing but taunt creatures. It's not even really designed to win, it's just designed to play taunt creatures, which means for every creature they try to play with, I've got something that's gonna slow them down. I finished Wolfenstein the New Order and was really disappointed with it, honestly. The game so desperately wants you to play it multiple times over. In fact, the Enigma code pieces you're collecting throughout the game unlocks things. Red Phoenix says the answer to the riddle was your name. Demonic Angel says I hate you. Why so many taunts? Thanks. That's what this deck is. It's like, just be happy I don't have the mana wraith that makes everything cost one more mana too. That I used to play that a lot and it would just irritate people into giving up because it took so long.
For the king.
Kofi says I've built a wild deck, so okay, if you want to play me with the wild deck or whatever, one way or the other, it just gives you that opportunity. It still doesn't really help a new player that much because it's not like you can really compete in wild with everybody else having all of this. With everything else available to him.
Sharp gadgets and steel.
Friend request send friend request. Okay. Are you sending me Tragic Master? I thought you already had an account friended with me. Are you sending me a second one?
I wonder.
There's a greenhouse. Inside the greenhouse there was a white house. Inside the white house was a red house. Inside the red house there were a lot of babies. What am I?
They'll never know what they are.
You're a watermelon, I guess? Demonic Angel says, is every single one of your cards taunt? Well, the coin isn't a taunt. Let's look. Taunt, 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 death rattle, taunt, 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 taunt. Yes, every single one is a taunt.
What now?
Take this.
Every single one is a taunt. Red Phoenix says I'm correct about the watermelon riddle. I wish Tragic plus Tragic Master had one account is Wild Fun decks, the other is standard meta. Both accounts have completely different decks. And see, if they had just had the copy and paste function at the beginning of that, then there would have been literally no reason to make a second account. Like, except for the watch and learns and challenge of friends that are also often difficult to pull off. Demonic Angel is sending a bunch of emojis of angry faces.
I've got a huge gun.
You like my invention?
Because with the new expansion, I will certainly get daily quests that say like play a bunch of taunt things, and I'll just really quickly copy in a taunt deck and then take out a meta deck that's designed to succeed. Red Phoenix sent a bunch of emojis of smiley faces. Even with all these taunts, though, I'm eventually just going to run out of cards. They're severely lacking in attack for the massive health they have. This is a prime example of where a silence or two in a deck. There's no way of winning unless you let me. Will you let me, please? Okay. I'll let you win. That's fine by me. I don't have any daily quests or anything. Let's see.
Choose soon.
Deal 2 damage to all enemies. Well, you're gonna have to do it this way, because I've got nothing that kills anything. So we'll do this and see if that lets us draw a card, which it doesn't. So we'll end the turn there. Red Phoenix says, take no prisoners.
Behold the might of Stormwind.
Again, I should have asked Demonic Angel. I think he even said that he wanted help, and I forgot. There we go. He got it. So as long as I don't play anything, he can win. So it's gonna be how quickly can I click the end turn. For his 6, I could have played this and then taken him out. And see, then I had the insult to injury. Now he plays a taunt. But for his 7/6, this would have stopped him again. Demonic Angel says thank you. I guess the chat is lagging less. Nobody's really mentioned it, though, so maybe it's lagging exactly the same. And I guess the video quality is the same because nobody's mentioned that either. If anybody else wants to play me, send a friend request. I want to kind of move over to the European account too, though, so if I don't get a friend request pretty quickly here, I'll move on. Looking for a standard card that would help. Red Phoenix says I said take no prisoners. Let's see. Let's play Pirates. Am I letting the person who I'm playing now win, or do they need help on a daily quest or something? Demonic Angel says, I'm sorry for the time. It was the only monster I had. No, I'm just joking, Demonic Angel, about you playing the taunt.
You asked for it. Watch your back.
I really don't feel like they've ever done a great job with the pirates. I'd like to see some more expansion here. The pirates work in some weird ways and sort of work together. Red Phoenix, I'm gonna need new player, so I would be bad. Why you no use Druid? I'm still building it to make it a standard deck. That's why. Kofi. I'm trying to make it use only standard cards so it works with new players better and doesn't force new players to go make one wild card and then play me in wild, so I can try and help them. Again, it's just one of those. Here we go. There's too much extra setup and introductory work. Yeah. When you do the Enigma codes in Wolfenstein The New Order, by the way, it unlocks like 4 new ways to play the game on top of already having 5 difficulty levels, and all 4 of them have you playing on the most difficult, the highest difficulty possible. But I barely wanted to play it one time through, so the whole
Here we go.
the whole system was messed up pretty bad. Demonic Angel says, thank you for helping me level up. You're welcome. So I'm a little worried about the new Colossus, which is going to come out in a couple of months. The story writing needs to be a lot better. The characterizations need to be a lot better than The New Order. And I know there was a prequel game in the middle there called The Old Blood, but like, from what I recall, everybody said that was even worse than The New Order, and people liked The New Order, but I didn't. I felt like it made it too much like a Halo game when it should be more like a Call of Duty game, because all the weapons are future space marine weapons, and when you think Wolfenstein 3D, I would have thought that should be World War II weapons fighting Nazis and all. So if people come out and they say they really like the new Colossus, I'll play it, but I'm not heavily focused on it. Kofi says, I need levels on my Americas account, so you need to win. Alright, I'll let you win then. I am playing Kofi right now, am I not? I'll get you down to 1 and then stop attacking. Of course, I am also destroying all of his characters, so I'm just slowing it down. Should I play this, or would that be cruel? Let's see. Let's do this, this, this. That. And that in return. Fireball. Frostbolt. Keep me frozen. Good move. Add a random class from your opponent's card. I need to be careful here. Alright, I'm done. I'm just gonna end the turn here. I could have won. And I don't want to do any extra damage or play any more things because this might accidentally do like 2 damage.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Tragic Master, this game is so much fun. High hopes for meta being shaken up when Knights of the Frozen Throne coming. Control meta 2017. Let's see. Next secret you play costs 0. No, I'm just gonna end the turn, but I could certainly do things. I suppose I could have hit the face once for 2 more damage.
What to do? What to do?
I'll show them. I'll show them all.
The Frost Wolves stand ready.
Here's an early card you get playing, and it's not very as useful as you would think because it's so late game.
Here we
Do
go.
that. And nothing else in the turn.
What you looking at?
Tragic Master says, good game, guys.
Force my hands.
Well, you going for victory or not? Can anybody confirm whether you get more experience for killing minions? Or is it only based on the amount of damage you do to the face? Well, see, he's not going for victory. I don't quite understand that.
My mother does love this face.
Blood and plunder.
Here we go.
I have 22 cards left. He has 16. Oh, he did. More cards played equals more experience. So ideally, you should, if you are just going for the max experience, you should just go to your till you're out of cards. It'd be interesting to know if it's more experience for playing legendaries versus playing commons. Tragic. Let's see, should we do that one? Do we have any over here that we haven't played in a while? Let's play this one. Kofi said got 3 levels. Great. I didn't think you could get 3 levels. I thought it only let you level up once and then it just kept that experience for the next time.
Uther versus Leandrin.
My hammer burns with holy fire.
I will fight with honor.
Well, that's definitely useful information to know that more cards played equals more experience. I guess that also means if your opponent plays more cards, it gives you more experience too.
Job done.
I don't know. What's funny is the game is limited at 144 frames right now, and yet it's doing a couple of extra frames just in case.
Reporting for duty.
Of course, when it goes to black, you'll see when it fades to black and fades out, it'll drop in the number of frames a lot, according to this FPS counter, which was probably not that accurate in the first place. Let's see.
Mount up! To battle! Reporting for duty. Mount up! Reporting for duty. Charge!
So I've got 3 ones already for these two. If I could get the... Which one is it that gives them divine shields? Charge divine shield, charge divine shield.
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty. To battle! Charge! For justice!
Get rid of that.
Job done.
This deck is mostly designed around a just overwhelming amount of people.
I ain't talking.
And see, even if they stole one of these 2-1 characters, it would only be a 1-in-1. So it's not even that helpful. They're kind of loyal soldiers. 13 wins to 10 losses.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here. Giddy up! To battle!
2,
To battle!
4,
To battle!
6. And this. This. And I want to keep the guys with the divine shield because I've got a guy that will power up from divine shields. Plus I can give the other guys divine shields here in a second. So I could potentially lose this divine shield if necessary. Or I could just play this weapon and summon more 2-1 silver hand recruits. Let's do this. This.
For justice.
This.
Reporting for duty.
And let's go ahead and kill this.
Charge! Giddy up!
That's a pretty good board clear. Okay. Let's go ahead and attack this. See what happens. Noble sacrifice happens. That's what I figured. Yeah. Red Phoenix says, I gotta go. I will be back next stream, and I might play you as well. Okay, Red Phoenix, thanks for watching.
Reporting for duty.
I don't want to play this yet,
Reporting for duty.
so I'm gonna end the turn. I guess I have to draw the line here. So unless somebody begs me in the chat, this is going to be the last one we play today. So we can move on to the European account and the Asia account. We've got arena runs to do with that. If he could cast one spell, he could do some devastating things to me, which he did. Alright.
To Northrend! Victory!
For justice. Reporting for duty.
You just overwhelm these guys with the 1/1s. And slowly, by having 1/1s on the field, you do that one bit of extra damage every attack.
Do you like to play with fire?
Reporting for duty.
But look, this
Reporting for duty.
plus, we'll do this and save this for later. It's like, nobody makes a deck with this many board clears.
Do you like to play with fire?
I mean, he's doing a pretty remarkable job, and it's still not going to help him any.
Reporting for duty.
You pay
For justice.
The menagerie is for guests only.
This taunt, I suppose, might slow me down.
Well met.
Let's see, how do we want to do this?
To battle. Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty. To battle. To battle.
should have paid.
For justice.
This taunt is being somewhat problematic. How many cards does he have left? 11? To my 15?
Reporting for duty.
More taunts.
Reporting for duty.
You pay, I protect.
Out of my jungle.
So the tables have turned on me. Now I'm playing somebody who's playing some good taunts.
None may steal our secrets.
Let the pain speak to me.
Maybe I could do 1 damage to... Here we go.
Glory to the Sindori.
He steals the divine shields.
Reporting for duty.
This,
To battle.
this,
To battle.
this. And in the turn, I probably should have killed this.
Out of my
Yeah, I don't think I've got enough here. This was the last trick in my book, and
The
I'm out.
Protects
I am out of any saving graces.
Well played.
Put your faith in the light.
And again, to rag on Kriparian a little bit, which I kind of like to watch him. Like, I could say, oh, somebody was stream sniping me or whatever there, and that's why I lost. Or I could just say, you know what? I played poorly, the random card things happened. We're doing good. Tragic Master says, good game, thanks for the games. You're welcome. Yep. Let's see. Druid helper. Just trying to finish this up. We could do that. There we go. That would work. And deal 1 damage to all minions. Give minions +1 health. That would work too. Some of these uncraftable cards. Tragic Master says, I kind of specialize in control decks if you could not tell. Smiley face. Well, in all honesty, I can't tell because I can't remember who I'm playing at any one time. Right now. Kofi says, Rydo, please can we do one more game of Wild in which you can be the druid so I can see what it's like to play. 1 second, let me finish this druid and then we can do that, yes. See, this will irritate a lot of players. So if you're new to the game, play this. 2 of these. Make everything cost 2 more mana. Lore Walker chose. Perfect. Why didn't I have that before? There we go. Alright, send me a request, Kofi. That way I know it's you. And we'll try it. And then we'll move over to the European account and do the arena runs and try to get the daily quest done. And then we'll move over to the Asian account and try to do all of that too. Like, I'm not even sure if I actually still don't have, like, challenge a friend on the Asian account. Send me a challenge, Kofi. Send me a challenge. Did he disconnect again? Somebody invites me to spectate a game? No. I don't think I could do too much of that. Like, spectating other people playing, unless I've got a watch and learn thing. Particularly since we've got so much to do with the European and Asian accounts too. It just doesn't feel like I'm making my own content at that point. If I'm just sitting there watching other people play. I'll do it when I have a watch and learn because I have to, but otherwise, no. It just seems like that would be a waste of time for the audience.
I must protect the wild.
Let's see. This is the one that you could have infinite of. And so we probably want to hold on to that, but we probably don't need it immediately. I'll just hold on to everything. It doesn't help as much as I would like it to. And I know there's some cards I don't have that I feel like would be nicer.
Job's done.
Too. Like, there's one that sets both healths back to 30, which definitely should be in this deck. I don't know if that's a wild card or a standard card. We probably need a druid helper wild and a druid helper standard, with some slight variations between the two.
Mind if I roll knee?
So for experience, the idea here is to not burn cards. We don't want to burn cards. Tree of Life equals every character heals to full. It's a wild card. That's what I figured. So I should do something like this, and we can probably go ahead and do this. And I imagine I just want to constantly play this whenever I have a 1 mana. Full health, not whole health. Lol, says Strategic Master. I got it. And see, this is the card that could get really crazy. Whenever your opponent draws a card, you get +1/+1. Like, theoretically, if I play this now, there's a chance that it would get up to really, really high. I guess there's a maximum, though. It could at most be 33, and then I'd have to play some other things to make it more. Unless I play Lorewalker Cho and play a bunch of these. And then we constantly just played this to shuffle 3 copies back into the deck.
Is someone injured?
Which, I guess you could do that.
Pick a card. Any card.
Destroy me. I'm gonna kind of wait till Lorewalker Cho is ready to do most of these.
This might sting. Join or die.
Go fish.
Make him draw a card that way.
I hope you like my invention.
This might sting.
What you want?
Of course, the trick here is not just to play every card, but it's to play every card fast. Like, we want quick victories, but quick victories in which you play everything. What does win plus G mean? What does it say win plus G? My computer tells me that every single time I enter a game. Sounds like you're going into the Xbox game mode on Windows 10. You'd have to search that. Honestly. There you go. Lorewalker Cho.
Oh, if you're sure.
We can play this too. Demonic Angel says I have a Mac. Well, you have a Windows keyboard plugged onto Mac plus G. I don't know. Again, you just have to still look up the what that means. I've never heard of it, and I don't run a Mac, so I'm very much the wrong person to ask.
Someone called.
My hand is too full.
I play this. Play this. Play this. I would be typing equals wing. See what it does. If something plus 2 health and draw a card. There we go. See, I have 13 cards, and potentially I could just keep on doing this. I would research it before you do anything, just as a good standard practice. It might be wiser to know what you're doing before you do something. It probably wouldn't cause anything to happen, but it might also turn out to be the worst mistake of your life.
What you want?
Let's see.
My hand is too full.
It's bigger.
Do I need to destroy a minion? Let's see. 5 cards now goes up to 8.
Time waits for no one.
Hand is too full.
See, didn't play this one quick enough. I wouldn't be surprised if there aren't, but well, maybe there's 5 different cards other than Jade Idol. Otherwise, there may just be Jade Idol. Let's see.
My hand is too full.
How many cards do I have? 4. Let's play one of these. And this. And this. And this. Deal 1 damage and draw a card. And deal 1 damage and draw a card. Is it okay if I record the match that you're having right now? Sure, I can't stop you even if I said no. It's like,
My hand is too full.
I'm putting it out on YouTube live. I would ask people to only, if they're going to post up footage because they played me, limit it to stuff where they are actually playing me and they're being an active participant in creating the content, because we're kind of collaborating at that time. If people would just take all of my live stream and put it on their YouTube channel, I would consider that stealing, and so would YouTube. So just keep that much in mind. But if you want a clip, take a clip. Let's see, this, and then get rid of that, and get rid of that, and then shuffle, and that. We'll do that. How many cards do you have? 2. And we'll play this.
Time waits for no one.
My hand is too full.
Demonic Angel says, because Win plus G tells me 2 buttons that I can press so I can record. So, can I? Oh, is that what that is? Fine, record if you want to record. Yeah. I don't know what service that is on Mac. Who are you playing against? Oh, yeah, if you're just doing a little experiment, that's fine. Like, for your personal use, anybody can record anything they want. I just thought you were going to put it up on YouTube. Like, so you cross at the 4/4 to this larger golem. And 4/4 golem. And I think I'm playing Kofi. And in theory, this will just go on forever. I don't think anything changes it.
I'm out of cards.
At most, I can add, I suppose, 30 cards to my deck. See, I'm up to like 20 right now. As long as you go tit for tat. Now, what would be interesting is, will he go back to a fatigue damage of 1 if he puts any of these cards in there? Well, he destroyed Lord Walker Cho, or did I? And see, at 7/7 you have your 3rd tier lava golem here. So I'm the one with the Jade golems. Jade's max out at 30/30, then you can max a deck out at 60/60. Interesting. So there is a hard limit to it. And see, I don't think you have. I don't think Kofi has any more cards. Did you want to win? I guess I need to stop doing this at this point, because I figure he wanted to win, and this was a helper deck, and that was the whole point of it in the first place, was to let people win. So I have literally no reason to continue down that path, and we take way too long to just fill up the deck to 60. I can do this though, and then just end the turn. Tragic Master seems to know everything about Hearthstone. He's like a Hearthstone historian. Let's see. Jade Idol's too strong even in a helper deck, truth. That. Let's see. 4 here would probably help. See if I killed this one, I couldn't do anything anyways. But this is an incredibly crazy late game example of Jade Idols. If he was trying to defeat this strategy, he probably could have. And he takes the victory. And see, that gave me at level 50 a nice chunk. Good game, says Kofi. And I'm imagining it gave him a nice amount of experience too. So probably more work will go into the Druid Helper later. The thing I haven't done is look at the time, and we've been streaming for 2 hours and over when I should have been. So before I accept this challenge, let me wrap up here. As always, stay tuned if you're watching live. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.